Hey everyone, RogueGold here, and welcome to your April news preview breakdown, where each month that we have stuff coming up in, I break down everything to look forward to in the Division universe, and there's certainly a lot to look forward to in April. Our first chance to play the new Division 2 game mode, some updates in the wider spin-off and Transmedia Content properties, a lot of good stuff, so let's not waste any more time and get right to it. If you end up enjoying the video, a like would be greatly appreciated, and be sure to click that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming coverage. Let's dive in. Beginning with the Division 2, as per usual, it is the section of the universe in which we have the most to look forward to. The big one here that I think the most amount of people are excited for is the opening of the Year 5 Season 1 public test server. It's fast approaching. In case you were out of the loop, the current in-game update of Season 11 is the finale for Year 4 content. The good news, Year 5 is set to begin immediately afterwards. They've been working on it since last year. We've got a lot of stuff coming, more content, weapons, gear, story, reworks, quality of life updates, even more we don't yet know about. It's all very exciting. And we're going to be getting our first glimpse of all of that in this test server that the devs will be running to collect feedback on the Season 1 update prior to its launch. Now, we don't yet have a confirmed date for this PTS to begin, but barring some unforeseen delay, it will begin before the end of April, more likely within the first half if I had to guess. Season 11 is currently set to conclude on May 23rd, and going off of the game's track record this past year, that means that Year 5 Season 1 should start the moment Season 11 ends. This means that we just have over 7 weeks to go until it's here, and so this PTS is going to need to get up and running. Year 5 Season 1 is looking to be much closer in scale to that of Season 9 compared to the likes of Season 11. It's bringing the new Descent game mode, which if you aren't aware of what that is, I will pin a breakdown I did of it up in the top corner, as well as what I suspect is a few other additions that have yet to be talked about. So at a minimum, I think this will be a 2-phase PTS cycle, if not 3, like Season 9 was, and that takes time to do. All of this to say, yeah, the PTS is fast approaching, so keep an eye out. Of course, I will update you all here when that is confirmed, and I can't wait to dive into Descent and whatever else may be in store. That's not all, however, because there is some pretty positive stuff to look forward to in the live Division 2 game as well, and that is the arrival of the 17.2 update. Now, obviously, the live Division 2 experience has seen some turmoil these past few weeks with a variety of different bugs and other negative experiences. The good news is that the vast majority of those are set to be resolved with 17.2, which is certainly arriving by the end of April. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it as early as this week. Now, there is a long list of stuff that's getting fixed with this update, likely stuff that you all have been experiencing in your own games, so this will not be exhaustive, but let me lay out everything that we know is coming so far. This first bit is confirmed. All of this is posted on the known issues board. I will leave a link to that down below if you want to check it out. Title update 17.2 is set to fix the DARPA mission lockout at the Pentagon, the progression blocker with the monorail at Manning Zoo unchallenging, the Ninja Bike backpack bug of it sometimes removing your One Piece brand set bonus, the Ninja Bike backpack sometimes making your stat screen disappear, the bug causing the Sacrum Imperium to ignite your own teammates, the Caesar's Guard rolling with a damage core instead of a skill tier, Manhunt control points not rewarding experience, being unable to craft the Regulus exotic pistol, the O'Carroll scope being applicable on some other weapons, and the bug with the Determined talent, aka them changing it to its new functionality. So yeah, that's a lot. And again, that's not everything, that is just what is currently listed on there. This next bit is a secondary list I've made of my own, which includes things that I am fairly certain are being included, but do take this with a grain of salt as it's not confirmed until it's confirmed. The bugged countdown lobbies, the visual bug with gear items displaying with the wrong transmog, the Sacrum Imperium receiving a new C79 scope, all of those I think will also be in 17.2. We'll find out soon enough. But all of that is coming in 17.2, and that will be here by the end of April, so that should be a great implementation into the live game experience. Let's now move past the Division 2 and onto a few other properties within the Division universe, beginning with the Division Resurgence. This is, of course, the upcoming mobile title within the Division franchise, and April is the month where I believe we can begin to anticipate another update on the game. Now, we did hear recently that Ubisoft's next forward event date has been locked in for June 12th. I will leave a link to that at the top if you want more info on that. And while I think that event is more likely to be where we will get some details, such as the release date of the game and whatnot, the last we heard from the Resurgence team is that their goal is to hold another beta test within the first half of 2023, this time on both iOS and Android. Now, that is significant because the previous test was Android only, as well as being locked to specific European regions, so I think this test will be much more expansive and invite many more people, which is exciting. The first half half of 2023 would of course end in June, so while it is not confirmed that this test will take place or even begin by the end of April, I think there's a very good chance that their social media channels will begin buzzing again, giving us a few teases and maybe confirming when that will indeed take place. If not by the end of this month, you never know, anything is possible. So keep your eyes out if you are looking out for Resurgence news. And lastly, I want to touch on some Transmedia content that we may be able to start looking forward to. If you weren't aware, I'm a big fan of the recent Operation Crossroads series of novels that the franchise has been putting out. They're very faithful, very fun, and is even currently tying into the Division 2's ongoing story with Season 11, which is super cool to see. While the last entry of Compromised came out in December, we've been waiting to hear if there might be a third book, which is sorely needed after that ending. If you know, you know. And, well, I think April might be our month. Thomas Parrott, the author of the books, is fairly active over on Twitter, and lately he's been speaking a lot of writing speak, if you will, including talking about his ongoing work in tie-in material, the fact that he had to edit and resubmit a synopsis lately. This portion of the video is speculative, I admit, but I have a really good feeling that we are going to get a third Crossroads book, and that it will be announced, if not this month, then in the very near future, in a very similar time frame to when the Compromised book was announced last year. And yeah, I know Thomas is super passionate about this franchise. I had the opportunity to interview him last year, and you can find that here on the channel, so there's no question in my mind that if Ubisoft and the publisher gave the green light, he'd be all over that. So keep an eye out. I think we may be hearing some further book news soon. And you can follow me over on Twitter. Link is in the description for more consistent news on that front if you're looking for it. That, everybody, is going to do it for your April installment of the News Preview Breakdown series. I very much hope you enjoyed. Clearly, there is a lot coming up and a lot to look forward to. I cannot wait to get my hands on the Descent mode and whatever else might be coming in Year 5 Season 1's PTS. 17.2 is going to do wonders for the live game as a whole. It just feels nice to be picking up some steam again. The next 2.5 months here are really going to continually ramp up in excitement and news, from the commencement of this PTS to the release of Year 5 Season 1 next month in May, Ubisoft Forward in June, hopefully bringing more franchise news across the board, but most specifically info on the Division Heartland. It's a great time to be a Division fan, and I can't wait to cover it all right here on the channel for you all to enjoy. Let me know your thoughts on what we've got coming up in April. Everybody, out of the list here, what are you most excited for or looking forward to? When do you think the PTS will drop? 17.2, Resurgence news, whatever it may be, leave it down below. And as always, I'll be very curious to read through your thoughts. That's going to do it for me today, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. RogueGold. Ow.